Let me guess, you're a business owner who's been posting content consistently and you've been seeing zero results from it and no leads for your business. And I know exactly how you feel. And that's because right now, there's a very, very big shift happening in the content space, and it's honestly worrying a lot of business owners. For example, this video here that got 2.5 million views, it only got me like 2 to 3 leads, right? But this video here that only got 2,400 views got me 3 times as more leads as this video. Now, this is the whole market of content is completely changing, right? We're at a time now where most business owners are getting crushed in this new content wave that is happening. And that's because they're not taking in what's actually working now compared to what was working 2-3 years ago. Most business owners like yourself and a lot of clients that come to me first, that they're still stuck in what worked 2 years ago. But what worked even last year has completely changed. The whole market is changing every 5 to 6 months, and it's worrying lots of people, right? So most business owners are getting crushed while clients of mine are just dominating. We took Andre from 200 to 90,000 followers and he signed a $500,000 deal for more organic content. So how is he doing this in a time where most business owners are getting crushed? Let me tell you, it's because of these 3 mistakes you guys are making. And these 3 mistakes is what worked a long time ago, and you need to adapt. So the first thing is, your content is too generic. Generic content kills leads. I cannot stress this enough. There's so many people I've worked with and their content is too vague. When your content is so vague, nobody learns anything. And if nobody learns from your content, that doesn't build any connection, right? And your content starts to feel blank and forgettable, which leads to no engagement. For example, let's say that you're scrolling on your page and you just see a video talking about like something you've already heard a million times before. You're not going to really engage with that video. You're not going to like that video. That video isn't going to shift your beliefs, and that video isn't going to make you see that creator as the authority, right? You're not going to buy from that because you already heard that a million times. That's the same mistake you guys make. You guys create, generic content that's so generic that it's just a blank piece of content. So the solution is you need to have way more actionable value. Actionable value is the most important thing. Actionable value is basically value that is step by step and very specific, that people can go implement right after watching your video. That's the most important thing. Once they see your actionable value, they start to see you as valuable. When they see you as valuable, that's where they engage, right? That's where they comment for a lead magnet. That's where they like your video because they want to come across your page again. That's where they follow you because they see you as an expert. And that's how a lead starts. A lead doesn't start if they have no connection and they don't engage with you. A lead starts when they engage with you and see you as someone that is valuable. So let me give you an example. A generic piece of content or generic advice or generic value is, first, look for ways to save on tax, right? If your video is about how to save on tax, I'm just giving you an example, like someone could say, look for ways to save on tax. Okay, well, I've heard that a million times, obviously, but like, how? But then actionable value, value that people can implement right after watching is, first open up a separate bank account for all business expenses. It's the fastest way to track deductions and lower your taxable income. So this is a very specific piece of actionable value, right? Where you tell them to do something specific, and right after watching this video, they have a clear next step that they can do. The bottom line is, if your content is generic and vague, that is bad. But when your content is actionable, you give people a clear next step, and this builds trust, engagement, and starts the journey for someone turning into a lead. So that's problem number 1. If your content is too generic, no one is going to listen and it's not going to convert at all. Real quick, before we get into the 2 other reasons, if you want me to completely audit your page and you're a business owner, click the first link down below and I'll analyze your page and how our done-for-you content system could completely change your business. 2 is you're attracting the wrong audience. I'll be honest, this is probably the biggest mistake people make and the biggest mistake I made. This destroyed my page for a good couple of months. So this video where I got 2.5 million views. You can imagine the engagement, you can imagine how many followers I got from it. But this filled up my page with the wrong audience completely, and it really, really affected my page. This was like, yeah, this was a while ago, right? But you do not want to fill up your page with the wrong audience, because trust me, it just smashes your page down. It destroys it. And this is because I went out of my niche just to get views. The hook I did completely attracted the wrong type of people. I went viral, cool, but I went viral at the cost of destroying my page for a couple of months, right? So you don't want to go viral outside of your niche. I went outside of my niche just to get views, and that was a bad trade-off. So the fix is go viral inside of your niche, only inside of your niche. Don't try to go viral talking outside of stuff from your niche. One thing I did when I made one of my clients go viral, he's in the tax niche, right? So you can imagine how people think that might be boring and you can't go viral. But what we did was we took viral concepts from other niches and then we adapted it back to his specific offer. And that's why our content system is so powerful, because we not only create content that's actually backed by data instead of what we think will perform well, we create content for all of our clients that's backed by data. And then we adapt it all back to their niche. So we take proven content that is proven to work time and time again, and then we take our client's niche and then combine it together. That is what strategic content looks like, and that's what you need to do as a business owner yourself if you want to get leads, right? Like how I showed you how my client got a $500,000 deal from content, organic. So go viral inside of your niche only. 2 is you want to use middle of funnel content, but more specifically, you want to call out your ideal client avatar by their, obviously not their name, but like, you know, what they do and their pain points. For example, if you're a small business owner overpaying in taxes, here's what to do. Now, this is something that's recently come in trend. It was like, obviously you think this is in trend for a long time, but this is really starting to pick off more recently. Let me also say that 2 years ago, even if you got 2.5 million views, you would get leads no matter what. But again, the content game has changed, right? You want to call out your ideal client by who they are. If you're a small business owner overpaying taxes, do this. If you're 45 pounds, if you're 200 pounds and you want to be 150 pounds, do this. If you're someone with back pain in your lower back, this is what you need to do. Be very specific in your middle funnel content, because this is what's going to attract people that you want to attract. Another reason also why like I just said, why calling people out in the first sentence of your video is good, is because this also attracts people with intent. When you attract people with intent, obviously they're way more likely to engage and buy. So that's a very big plus right there. But I honestly can't stress this enough. Please never go outside of your niche, because it will hurt your page. Do not try to get views just to get views. Don't do that. Reason number 3 is you're inconsistent. Plain, simple. Like, sometimes the most simple things are the best advice I can give you. When you're inconsistent, it completely kills your page's momentum, and every post is a mislead. Really, every single post is another opportunity you lost a potential client. If you posted that video, maybe it would have gotten to 2 potential clients. It would have got in front of their page. If you posted this video, but you missed it, that could have gone in front of a CEO. That could have gone in front of an executive. That could have gone in front of your ideal client avatar, right? Every single post you don't post is completely lost exposure and lost leads. Really, that is such simple advice I could give you, but that could completely increase your output and your leads. And obviously, it just kills your momentum. I experienced this the hard way. I realized that, like, if you're posting 5 times a week and you suddenly stop posting for 2 weeks and you come back to posting, your views and your video performance slams and gets destroyed. People forget you exist. If you just stop posting content, then you don't stay top of mind. And to stay top of mind, for someone to choose you over their competitors, for someone to consistently get nurtured by you and build up trust, then you need to stay top of mind. Think about it, right? Everyone is obsessing over trust these days because trust is everything when it comes to business, especially online. I read a stat the other day that trust is the lowest it's ever been in America, and 61% of business owners aren't trusted worldwide. So you need to stay top of mind with your content. If you just keep on staying inconsistent with your content, people are going to forget you exist, and you need to stay top of mind. Otherwise, people are going to forget you exist, and they're not going to build trust in you, and they're just going to go to your competitor. The business space really is that brutal. If you stop posting for a couple days, or they forget about you, they're going to go to your competitor. It's really as easy as that. Sometimes content and content marketing or social media marketing is literally coming down to who gets in front of their ideal client's face more often. Sometimes that's literally all marketing is. So these are the 3 mistakes. Your content is too generic, you're attracting the wrong audience, and you're inconsistent. That is a difference right now between business owners that are absolutely getting destroyed and no leads compared to the business owners like my clients that are getting thousands of leads. So if you want my team and I to implement the exact same content system that took our client from 200 followers to 90,000 followers, thousands of leads, and a $500,000 booked out and a $500,000 deal from his content, then just click the first link down below and you can watch exactly what our AI content system would look like inside of your business. All you have to do is record for 2 hours a month. We take care of everything from the strategy and the execution from before, and everything from the management and everything after. All you have to do is spend 2 hours a month. So if you want to learn exactly what that would look like inside of your business, then just click the first link down below. But apart from that, subscribe, like, so you can watch more of this content to help grow your business and just get better at content marketing as a whole, because that improves every single aspect of your business. Just learn, right? Because that is where the future is heading. So subscribe for more of this content, and I'll see you in the next video.